Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get.
Good afternoon, randos. Nothing at random, coming at you with what might possibly be my one and only motor vlog during the winter end of 2023, beginning of 2024 season. And that is because once the ice is on the roads, once there's salt on the roads, the Harley's not leaving the garage. I know I got that ceramic clear coat on it. That was part of the package I got when I got the bike. But I am not going to risk damaging anything, any paint, any finish on this bike. I did it with the Rebel. The Rebel got some serious finish damage on it from where I just didn't get a good enough clean after riding it on salty roads. And that is very much a me issue. That is not a, you know, bike issue, but I'm not going to do that with the Harley. And also, if you didn't notice, when I opened up my phone here, we are east of Columbus. We've been riding for just a little bit already, and it is 44 degrees. That is today's high, and it's already starting to cool down, and we got a chance of heavy overcast and a small chance of rain. Oh, that's not today, that's tomorrow. Yeah, it's cold, and this is the first time I've been on the bike since I came home from Forgotten Angels. I did not get on my bike and ride at all through November. Yeah, I went a whole month without riding, and I've been in a funk the last couple of days. Since about last Wednesday. It's Monday now, and I couldn't figure it out, and somebody was like, have you ridden at all? I'm like, no, I haven't ridden since I got home. And then on top of that, it's been such cold and wet, crappy weather. I have not had the desire to get out and ride. And usually, you know, when I had the Rebel, it wasn't an issue. I just put on a bunch of layers and go. But on this bike, because it handles so much differently and I'm a little more spread out on it, having my movement restrictions, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to be out very long today, at most an hour. But this might be the last day I get a chance to ride. So they haven't come out yet as the time of me recording it, but I'm working on them slowly and surely. I came home from Forgotten Angels and got real busy with life. And that, it's not a bad thing. It's just work and personal situations were happening, and after working 8 to 10 hours Monday through Friday for my corporate job, I'm sometimes so mentally burned out that by the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is sit in front of my computer and analyze my footage and go through and cut clips and, you know, rearrange clips and put things together. I've been doing it slowly, but it has been a very, very slow process. I'm pretty much done with my part one of my FA footage. I need to record something in my living room, in my house, just to kind of caption off the end of it before I start editing part two. But, you know, I've had a lot of life changes in the last, you know, 6 months. I mean, other than just getting the Harley. Okay, as I was saying, I've had a lot of life changes in the last 6 months beyond just getting the Harley. And some things have been stressful, some things have not been. I don't have warm tires, I shouldn't have done that. And it's, you know, it's a lot of good. I've had a lot of good happen, and I've been very grateful and happy and excited about it, but I'm still kind of worn out. I don't want to take a break from content creating. You know, I don't want to not edit videos and make videos, but I've just been so mentally exhausted that I haven't been able to put my heart or my mind to the task. And if I can't do that, rather than forcing myself to make something and then not be happy with it, because I've done one video like that. I had one video I made where I really wasn't happy with it. I wasn't in the mood to work on it at all when I was working on it, and halfway through making it, I got really unsatisfied with it. But I put it out because, you know, everything is content. and I was thinking that I should put something out once every 2 weeks regardless. And I don't know, I don't have a big channel, I'm not monetized, so I don't really need to worry about having constant content creation. But it would have been nice to have had a backlog of videos to go through over the winter season. So I'm thinking if I can squeeze in 1 or 2 more rides, I'm gonna bring up, you know, the topics of things I do outside of riding. Which, if you follow me on Instagram, if you do, cool. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Frankly, I don't care. I don't get paid from Instagram for having followers or anything. I don't make any money off of any of my hobbies. Yeah, all of my hobbies are money sinks, not money makers. So, oh well. But the point I want to make is that I was hoping to have stuff to work on over the holiday season, over the winter season, as just like side projects, you know, my side hobbies to work on, and I don't. So if I'm lucky enough to get out and make another day of riding happen, I think I will. And I already have the idea of talking about a couple of the hobbies I do outside of motorcycles, which I'm 90% sure that between my videos, other people's videos, the Rainy Rider interview, and just being on the Weirdos Assembles live streams when I can make it, because here lately I just haven't had the availability to make it because I make plans. I feel bad because I had a friend tell somebody I was with the other day that like all summer goes on, and if it's a nice warm sunny day, they don't see me, they don't hear from me until like a little while before I go to bed. We'll chat in Discord for a few minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed, because I'm out riding and they don't ride, so it's a separate hobby I enjoy from them, which is perfectly fine. A lot of people think you have to have everything in common with everybody you're friends with. You don't. Which is why I think in an upcoming video I'm going to talk about my hobbies that I try to do on days that, you know, I can't really ride in because of temperatures or because of the weather. I guess that's the same thing. Just because of conditions I don't really care to ride in. Like, I'll ride in the rain, but not if it's under 60 degrees, because then you're just cold and miserable. But the purpose of this video is just to let everybody know I'm okay. I haven't really been very active online, in the Discords, on my socials. I just haven't really, I've kind of been taking a step back from my social medias. I'm not gonna say intentionally, but I've just been so burned out through the week with essentially having my face in a screen all day, and socially, emotionally, but basically everything in my batteries except physical have been just drained since I came home from FA. So my seasonal depression has hit me really hard in this past week, to the point of I haven't really been talking at all online. I think there's one Discord that I've got hair or something in my mouth. I think there's one Discord that I may have put something in the other day because somebody added me directly or said something to me. I've been missing everybody's premieres because I've just been chilling, you know. I went from being outside enjoying the warmth and the sun and just the beautiful weather all day, all the time, or not all day, but a lot of the time, you know, to now all of a sudden I can't go outside for more than a little bit because it's cold and I'm over wearing layers. And I know what you're gonna say, move south. I could, and eventually I will, but I'm not there yet. I'm just now getting my life on track up here in the north, and before I throw anything into that mix that could potentially mess it up, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna wait a little while. Maybe, definitely after retirement. If I ever get to retire. I'm not staying in Ohio. Too cold. Maybe like South Tennessee. Like, I don't know. What is it? Is Knoxville in Southeast Tennessee? Might do something like that. But I'm just trying to get back in the motion of things because, like I said, my seasonal depression already started. I came back from FA. I had 2 weeks of just, I don't even know how to explain it. It just seemed like they flew by. before I even noticed. You know, there's a couple of nice days in there that I could have rode if I would have, you know, decided to make the time for it, but that was the issue. I didn't make the time to ride. So that hit me, and usually when I'm not feeling great, I do like to unplug from socials, from being online, and I like to see friends in person, and I've been trying to do that, and some friends have been able to, and some friends haven't. And again, because summer and nice weather when it's around, I ride so much that I miss out on a lot of group plans with friends, and they don't see me as much, I don't interact with them as much as my non-motorcycle friends. And, you know, they have never said anything about it to me, about it bothering them. They mentioned to somebody the other day, they're like, see, we never knew you had other friends outside of riding and this and that. And they were just like, you know, we're glad that we see NAR getting out there and more social. Because since I started riding, I've really broken out of my shell, and some of my friends can really attest to that because they saw just how closed off and reserved I was. And they're happy to see that I'm not just riding and doing everything and staying alone. They're glad that I'm getting more social and growing as a person and as an individual. But I don't know, it feels, not riding, I've definitely felt like there's been something missing. I'm happy I got on this bike because, like I said, it sat for a month. I'm just now realizing that it sat for a whole month in my garage, pretty much untouched. I didn't ride it, I didn't move it, I didn't put it on a tender, which had me worried. I was worried it wasn't gonna start, but it did. But I still just cannot believe that this has happened to me already. That we haven't even seen the first snow, and I've already got my seasonal depression kicking in. You know, it sucks. You know, I usually, like, I'll admit, last winter, it got me, on a couple of days, it got me bad. But it didn't start until after Christmas, I think even after my birthday, which is after the New Year. But I'm like, the beginning of December was over the weekend. I'm already feeling it. I'm already like, nah, fam. And I mean, I'll admit, it's not a great feeling to already, you know, be ready to just like tap out. And, you know, I didn't choose a very technical route for today. I'm not doing anything technical, nothing advanced. I'm doing basically a lot of straight lines. I just wanted to get out. I wanted to record too, which is strange. I usually don't have the mindset or the desire to record. I just do it. But today I'm like, I kind of want to make content. Well, I was working earlier today. Instead of, you know, working on the content that I still haven't released, I wanted to go make new content. Feeling very meh already, and I don't like that. I've already been talking with a couple of folks, looking back on this year. This has felt like the fastest, but also longest year of my life. Like March to me of this year, March of 2023, feels like summer of 2022. That's how long ago it feels like it's been. But it hasn't. It's been, so we're in December, what? It's been 9 months? Roughly? Yeah, no, 9 months. And it feels like a lifetime ago, yet it also does kind of feel like it was only a few weeks ago at the same time. I don't know how to explain that. And I know other people know what I mean, because they're like, last year, and I'm like, that was March. And they're like, last year, I'm like, that was June. Everyone's sense of time's really gone out the window. I hope everyone's doing well. And if anyone was worried because I've not really been active or around much, I promise you, nothing's wrong. It's just work has me mentally exhausted and socially exhausted. And on a couple of days, even emotionally exhausted. Those are the bad days at work, though. Those are few and far between. But I've just been kind of burnt out on being social by the end of the day or the end of the week. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you just said when you're not feeling it, You like spending time with friends. I'm like, yes and no. If I'm socially drained already, I can't. I don't actually have that big of a social battery. Like, I can go from being completely ready to talk and talk and talk. But once my social battery is drained, I very quickly, I don't want to say it's a personality change, but it is a mood change. And I become very short-spoken. I try to find an escape. A lot of times I just admit, like, hey, my social battery's drained. I need to step away. And a few people have responded well to that, and I thank you for that. Now, I'm an extroverted introvert, so when I'm around my people, it's hard to tell that I'm an introvert. But that's mostly because my social battery doesn't drain as fast. So I'm sorry if this wasn't, you know, the kind of video you thought it would be. I'm sorry if you thought this was going to be something more spectacular. Really, it's just me kind of ranting off about how it's okay to get sad. It's okay to feel, you know, slumped in the dumps, you know, off your groove, however you want to, you know, describe it. So I'm sorry to anybody if you felt like I've been ignoring you, or, you know, just not being genuine with you. I've just been kind of off my game, off kilt. You know, it's not bad. Nothing happened. It's just I came home from an amazing time. I was like definitely in a endorphin high of, like, I was riding and chasing that dopamine the entire trip. I was physically active a lot. I was in the sun a lot. I got to ride a lot. You go see a lot of sunlight. I got to be warm. And I came home, and it has just been, for the most part, cold, cloudy, and rainy. And on the days where I've not been busy and I'm like, oh, it's in the upper 50s, it is pouring down rain. And if you are someone who doesn't ride in the rain, that's fine. If you are someone who does ride in the rain, that's also fine. I do both. I opt on days to not ride because it's raining, and then there are days where I want to ride so bad I don't care that it's raining. Or if I'm traveling and it rains, not much I can do about it. But I will say that for those of you that ride in the rain and you've got caught without your rain gear and it's about 50 degrees, it feels a whole lot like 30 once you're wet.
Hey everybody, I didn't realize it until I was editing the video right here, kind of talking about my seasonal ick, my seasonal depression that kicked in pretty early when my GoPro battery died, kind of in the middle of a long dialogue of me just rambling. But I just wanted to end the video with saying I love and appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming to the video, and that I appreciate the support that I've been getting from, you know, the people who watch the videos, the people I meet in the riding community in general over the past 2 years, especially, you know, through all of 2022 and all of 2023. It's been phenomenal. So thank you, and I can't wait to see everybody in the next one.
I want.